Well, good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to the June 17th, 2020 regular meeting of the Enlarged City School District of Middletown. We call this meeting to order at this time. I'm going to ask at this time if they could stand or point or turn towards your flags for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Perino.
Thank you, President Williams. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perino. We're going to ask Mr. Gomez, please, sir, if you could please read the mission of the Enlarged City School District of Middletown.
Yes. We strive to provide fiscally sound educational opportunities in a safe environment that continuously support our diverse student population. We will enable all students to graduate, to reach their full potential, to become lifelong learners, and to be competitive, productive members of society.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. Thank you. Thank you very much. Moving on, our roll call. Please, Mrs. Clark.
Mrs. Blumenau? Here. Mr. Crescenzo?
Here.
Mr. Gomez?
Here.
Mr. Lassnier?
Here.
Mr. Perino?
Here.
Mr. Pierre?
Here.
Ms. Tobiasen?
Here.
Pastor Williams?
Here.
Thank you.
Well, good evening again, everybody. Thank you, Mrs. Clark. Just before we move on with the approval of our agenda, you'll see on the screen our two newly, unofficially so far, elected board members, Mr. Freddie Williams and Ms. Nicole Hewson. They are here with us tonight. We'll hear from them a little bit later, but I did want to recognize them since we just had the roll call. I did want to recognize them. Moving on, I need an approval for our agenda tonight, please.
So move.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Perino, seconded by Mr. Pierre, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, seconded by Mr. Pierre. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? So passes. Approval of our regular minutes from our June 10th, 2020 meeting.
So moved.
I think Rose has a question.
Rose?
Pastor, do we need to amend that agenda or is it okay?
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so moved.
It was moved by Mr. Gomez, who was it seconded by?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? So passes. Moving on to our personnel action items. If there, we'll do our personnel memorandum 25A administrative separately, and then we'll come to the others. May I have a motion, please, for the approval of personnel memorandum 25A administrative?
So move.
Second.
Moved and seconded.
So
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
So passes. If there's no objection, we will put our personnel memorandum 25B instructional and personnel memorandum 25C non-instructional. We'll do that together. May I have a motion for that, please?
So
moved.
Oh, it was moved. Who seconded?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
So passes. I'm going to turn you into the hands now of
Superintendent.
our superintendent, Mr. Del Maro, Mr. Richard Del Maro, the recognition of our tenure appointments. Mr. Del Maro, it's in your hands, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, President Williams, Mrs. Tobiasen, members of the Board of Education, and the community at large out there. I'd like to begin by congratulating our two board-elect hard-fought campaigns and elections. And I'd like to thank Mr. Williams for joining us. I know I've met you a few times, sir. I know that you'll be a welcome addition to the board, and in particular for our community of the large city school district of Middletown. As well, Mrs. Hewison, thank you very much for willing to participate in a very important role in the community, a Board of Education member, and congratulations to both of you. I'd like to invite you, we'll talk later, maybe after the reorganization meeting. What we traditionally do is then invite you in to the office here and have all of the directors explain their roles so you get a better understanding of our curricular, financial issues, who's what. But there'll be no test after the day, believe me, as to what's doing and who's doing what. But it's a great way of transitioning into our school district little by little, and we've done that for all of our new elected board members. And again, welcome and congratulations. Tonight is a very special night for all of us in the community, not only the Middletown school community, but the community at large in which we serve. Tenure is a milestone in a teacher's life as well as an administrator's. There's three important milestones: the day you are hired, tenure, and then of course, what some might say, the day they retire. However, tonight is a celebratory event in which we recognize a certain achievement, that they have met the rigors and expectations of the school district so that they have committed themselves to the most precious commodity that parents have, their children, and they entrusted that to our care. And we take that role very seriously, and we dedicate our careers to that. And tonight is a recognition of those who have met the threshold receiving tenure. Tonight, we've done a little differently since we are in a remote environment at this time, and that we've asked all of the department heads, the supervisors, the directors, the building principals, and also our assistant superintendent to introduce each one of the appointments tonight for tenure in a video. But I would like to remind everybody what we talked about several meetings ago, that we will invite everyone when we're back to in-person Board of Education meetings in the fall, when everyone's back in the throes of the new school year, so to speak. We will have them recognized in a traditional way, in which we celebrated in person at a board meeting and have a celebratory little token of our appreciation as they enter this new phase in our school district with some cake and refreshments. So I would like to start with the video. Our first video is going to be Mrs. Sorrentino, and she's going to talk about the individuals, the teachers in her and administrators who are receiving tenure in the high school. And then we'll go into Twin Towers following that, Monhegan Middle School, William A. Carter, Presidential, Maple Hill, and Mrs. Creedon will bring it all together with the discussion and explanations of the tenure for administrators. So let's go to the video, as they say.
It gives me great pleasure to congratulate Brian Bartolo on achieving tenure. I remember interviewing Brian in the Presidential Park conference room and being excited at the opportunity to have Brian on my staff. He is dedicated to his students and creates engaging activities and opportunities for students to enjoy earth science as much as Brian does. He supports our learners in a variety of different ways, and I am very, very proud to have Brian as a special education or science teacher at Middletown High School. It is a great honor and privilege to congratulate Lori Calvin on earning tenure as a biology teacher at Middletown High School. Lori teaches in our biomedical program and does a spectacular job motivating our students and bringing them into the field of biomedical science. She is supportive, she is creative, and brings a great amount of depth and knowledge to our program. I am pleased to honor her and excited at the prospect of many more years to come in our biomedical program. Congratulations, Lori. It gives me great honor and pleasure to congratulate Joelle Price on achieving tenure. Joelle is teaching in our Cisco classes and has worked hard to master curriculum and create opportunities for students in order for them to be successful in a very, very challenging environment. She is supportive and well regarded by students and families. Again, congratulations to Joelle on her tenure.
Good evening. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize Jessica Guthrie on her night of tenure. Jessica Guthrie was recruited from Twin Towers, where she taught middle school algebra. There, she was an excellent teacher. She worked so hard with students, always making big connections. She transitioned to the high school, where she taught both algebra and a brand new minted computer science program. She's an amazing teacher, and she's really the right person to really develop a new program. So I want to take this opportunity to really congratulate her. Well done. Congratulations on your tenure. I want to recognize Sean Swisser. Sean is a technology teacher, specifically teach a Project Lead the Way pre-engineering program, as well as introduction to computer programming. He's also one of the teachers that led our robotics team to a very successful inaugural year. Sean is passionate about technology, and he comes through in all his classroom lessons. Students love him, and he's this exciting person to build a program around. We're very happy to have Sean Swisser as part of our STEM community. Congratulations, Sean, on your tenure.
I'm so honored to recognize Amanda Schreiber for earning tenure as a special education teacher at Middletown High School. Amanda teaches Global 10 and literacy to our students, and she does a phenomenal job. Amanda truly cares about every student on her roster and provides them with individual support to reach their goals. We are so happy to recognize Amanda and wish her a happy, long career as a teacher in Middletown High School. Congratulations, Amanda.
It is with great pleasure that I recognize Vincent Perrone for receiving tenure. In my capacity as an instructional leader for humanities, I've worked extensively with Vincent as we have implemented our new social studies framework curriculum. And I can honestly say the two things that really stand out about Vinny are his work ethic and his desire to learn. He is a relentless worker. He goes to great lengths to design really fun, engaging, and student-centered lessons that really are designed to meet the needs of all his students. He's also, as I said earlier, a really relentless learner, whether it's on his own, whether it's looking into various professional developments, sitting with me, or just being reflective on his own craft. And really, all of these things are going to serve him well as he looks forward to a nice long career in Middletown. We're just so happy to have him. So congratulations, Vinny. Enjoy.
It is with great pleasure that we recognize Allison Conrad for earning tenure. She is a creative, impassioned, and compassionate educator who goes to great lengths to provide dynamic, student-centered social studies instruction designed to engage all learners.
Allison is multi-talented. She cares for English language learners like they were her own children. She takes time to connect with parents, but most of all has taken time to learn a second language. Allison, you are amazing, and we congratulate you. Congratulations, Allison, on tenure.
I'm excited to have 8 Twin Towers teachers being recommended for tenure. I have the pleasure of introducing 2 to you this evening. First, I would like to introduce Deanna Gould. Deanna is a 7th grade ELA teacher. During her 3 years at Twin Towers, Deanna has actively contributed to our school community both inside and outside the classroom. She uses literature to help scholars understand different perspectives and make real-world connections. She is an ELA committee member and serves as the coach of the girls' JV basketball and girls' modified lacrosse teams. Deanna can always be counted on to put a smile on her scholars' faces. Thank you for your dedication, along with having a great rapport with your scholars. Congratulations, Deanna. Next, I would like to introduce Caitlin Schmidt. Caitlin teaches math and science to our 6th grade scholars. Caitlin came to Twin Towers from a small independent school. Caitlin, I've had the pleasure of watching you adjust and grow your instruction over the last 4 years. You have found your style and place at Twin Towers Middle School. I appreciate your positive attitude and willingness to learn. Congratulations, Caitlin.
I'm extremely proud and honored to speak on behalf of Caitlin Sheldon. Her tenure recommendation and approval is well deserved. Caitlin has been a shining star from the beginning. Coming out of New York City in 2016, she hit the ground running in Middletown and has never looked back. She has quickly become a leader in her health department in Twin Towers Middle School. Caitlin always creates a wonderful and dynamic environment for all of her health classes. She's very passionate about the subject matter and always develops current and captivating lessons for her students. Along with our health classes, Caitlin connects with our students as our Unity Club creator and advisor, and the head coach of our cross-country and outdoor track and field teams. Caitlin, in a short period of time, has proven herself as an outstanding professional educator and extremely dedicated coach. She has and will continue to be a tremendous asset for our district. I look forward to working with her in the future. Congratulations, Caitlin. Great job.
It is with great pleasure that I have the opportunity to congratulate 3 language teachers from Twin Towers Middle School for their recommendation of tenure. First, I have Julie Busing, who is a language other than English French teacher in Twin Towers. And Julie is an engaging, fun-loving, tech-savvy, and bright teacher who engages her students in all aspects of lessons. She forges strong communication and bonds with not only the students, but the families. And she's always willing to lend a helping hand, especially on curriculum work. Julie, congratulations and thank you for everything that you've done. Next is Patty Guerrieri. Patty, as we know her, is an English as a new language teacher or ENL teacher. Patty is very positive. She is always putting her heart and soul into everything she does to work with some of our most needy language learners in the district. She works at building bridges between not only language acquisition, but also learning content. Patty, thank you for your wonderful outlook, for your positive attitude, and for always being there to lend a helping hand. Congratulations. And last but not least is Barbara Blanco. Barbara is a 6th grade dual language teacher who challenges some of our most just willing and able students as they struggle in learning a second language, whether it's English or Spanish, but she does it in a way that keeps them excited. She's very dedicated to her craft, her sense of humor, her just outlook and down-to-earth personality keeps her students engaged. Barbara, thanks for being you and for keeping it real, and congrats on your tenure. Congratulations, Twin Towers.
Good evening. I'd like to take this time to recognize Caroline Nazar from Twin Towers. Caroline has been an excellent science teacher in the 7th grade, teaching both 7th grade science and accelerated science. But beyond that, she's really made such huge connection with her students. She's led so many things. She's always chaperoning. She's led reading programs during the lunchtime. And she really learned how to teach science through making strong connections with students. She has worked really hard for this district. Congratulations on your tenure.
I'm so honored to recognize Tara Markle on earning her tenure at Monhagen Middle School. Tara is a wonderful lesson plan designer, and her lessons are so engaging for our students. We are lucky to have Tara and wish her all the best for a long career in Middletown. I'm so excited to recognize Jessica Velardito for earning tenure this year at Monhagen Middle School. Jessica is an excellent English teacher for 7th grade who requires students to be active participants in their learning, and her students love her. She has wonderful connections with her students. We are so excited that Jessica has earned tenure, and we look forward to many more years with her in Middletown. Congratulations.
Hello, excited to recognize Marty Hodelick. Marty is quite the ENL teacher with many talents. He remembers his data, and boy, does he know how to play some mean music there also as a hidden talent. Marty, this is a high note in your career, and we look forward to many, many years with you supporting our English language learners. Congratulations to you.
It is my pleasure to recognize Emily Soper. Emily is our library media specialist at Monhegan, and she gets the opportunity to work with all of our students as well as our faculty and staff. She has won over $10,000 for our library in grants, and we can't wait to see what she does in the future. Congratulations, Emily.
Congratulations to Caitlin Piparato on earning tenure. Caitlin, over the last 4 years, you've grown tremendously in your instruction of students, developing such a strong integration of technology and incorporating an environment of personalization for your students. I look forward to collaborating with you in your continued growth as a teacher and a leader. Great job and congratulations. Also, Gina Sylvester. Congratulations, Gina. You came to Monhegan Middle School as a young kid with little experience. You've not been shy in your willingness to jump into district initiatives and trainings, and have developed confidence to become a strong teacher, the strong teacher that you are today. May you never lose your passion, your willingness to adjust, and your desire to learn. Great job, Gina. Congratulations. Our last tenure for today is also a very special one. My partner, Miss Elisa Schreiner. I have had the pleasure over the last 4 years watching you grow as an administrator. You've gained confidence in your decisions and have displayed leadership in the most professional way. I look forward to seeing you leading your own building and staff very soon. I'm so proud of you. Congratulations on all our recipients, and look forward to the great work you'll be doing for the next several years in Middletown. Congratulations, everyone.
Happy Tenure Night. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to present to you William Carter's tenure candidates. Teaching is a work of the mind, body, and spirit. It takes special dedication, commitment, and creativity to teach children of all ages and abilities. Each one of these candidates presents special qualities. Mrs. Megan Ferris is a speech pathologist at Carter who works every day to develop receptive and expressive language skills in students with various disabilities. Mrs. Ferris works with compassion to develop children's confidence and their abilities to communicate and express themselves. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ferris, for working so hard with your children each and every day. I am thrilled to have you at Carter. Mrs. McCullough is a 5th grade math teacher who develops relationships with each of her 5th graders. Whenever I go into Miss McCullough's classroom, it is rich and alive with math talk and math learning. Mrs. McCullough creates rich and real-world math learning for her students through writing real-world math problems using her students' names. She also does things as teach volume with Legos so that students can relate to the topics through real-world learning. Thank you, Mrs. McCullough, for working hard and being dedicated to your students each and every day. It is a pleasure to have you at Carter. Mrs. Monica Mueller is a 1st grade teacher who works hard teaching her students every day and has multiple teaching personalities in a very wonderful way. Mrs. Mueller will bring out Game Show Cowboy to teach her students number sense. Her students are in awe when she does so. Mrs. Mueller will also bring out Princess Penelope to teach a mini lesson or during guided math. Mrs. Mueller is also known for creating manipulatives such as less than, greater than signs with her pool noodles so that her students can kinesthetically go around the room and compare numbers or items. Thank you, Mrs. Mueller, for engaging your students and being dedicated each and every day. It is a pleasure to have you at Carter. I am so thrilled and happy for each and every one of you for this deserving honor of tenure. Thank you. Congratulations. Mrs. Brott and I have the pleasure of sharing E&L teacher Mrs. Michaela Rohr. Mrs. Rohr is a hardworking, dedicated, compassionate teacher. Mrs. Rohr works hard every day to reach her ELL learners to develop their reading, writing, listening, and speaking skills. Mrs. Rohr is known throughout the building for her infamous star, coin, and diamond graphic organizer. Mrs. Rohr created this organizer to help her students build transition words into their speaking and writing to develop their skills. I am thrilled to have Mrs. Rohr as part of the Carter team.
Congratulations, Michaela. You did it!
Yes, congratulations. Good evening. Happy tenure night. This is us, the Carter admin team. It gives me great pride and privilege to introduce to you tonight my 2 assistant principals for tenure. When I first came on board as principal, one of my first tasks was to hire 2 assistant principals for William A. Carter. My first hire was Mrs. Wendy DeGeorge. Mrs. DeGeorge came on board with many years of experience in the Middletown City School District. Mrs. DeGeorge served as a teacher for many years and also served in the role as after-school and summer school principal. Mrs. DeGeorge came on board with many years of teaching experience, framework experience, and experience in our instructional practices. Mrs. DeGeorge stepped into her role immediately with passion, serving our teachers, students, and families. It gives me great pride and privilege to work with Mrs. DeGeorge every day. Thank you, Mrs. DeGeorge, and it is a great honor to serve you with tenure tonight. Mrs. Elizabeth Rodriguez also came on board as assistant principal with many years of experience as an E&L teacher in the Middletown City School District. When Mrs. Rodriguez was first hired, she was needed at Presidential Park and then at Maple Hill. Mrs. Rodriguez showed flexibility and a willingness to help serve the district wherever and whenever needed. Mrs. Rodriguez then came to Carter and has come on board with passion, pride to serve our teachers, students, and staff. Mrs. Rodriguez's bilingual communication has served a need tremendously. We have families that call the building and ask for Mrs. Rodriguez by name, for she has developed many relationships with our families. It is a privilege, and I give pride tonight to announce Mrs. Rodriguez for tenure. Thank you, ladies, for your support and hard work and compassion every day.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for our tenure celebration here at Presidential Park Elementary School. We are extremely excited to recommend Ariel Bing, Jessica Olson, and Lisa Crispino for tenure. Miss Bing is an extraordinary AIS reading teacher who hails from New Hampshire. She has a lot of experience. She's a member of our district literacy team, and she is also our ELA core leader. Congratulations to Ariel. Jessica Olson was a kindergarten teacher. She worked in Eldridge for many years before she came to Middletown to become an AIS reading teacher. She has targeted instruction and works diligently to make sure that she closes the gaps for our young readers. Lisa Crispino has been in Middletown for many, many years. She was a classroom teacher at William A. Carter and came to Presidential Park to be an AIS reading teacher. Lisa is thoughtful, dedicated, and an awesome teacher. Congratulations, Lisa. Hello, everybody. It's the PPE team here to congratulate 3 wonderful classroom teachers on receiving tenure. First up is Amy Marion. Amy Marion worked in New York City for many years, and we were very happy to have her come to Middletown. She's an awesome 3rd grade math teacher. She's warm, kind, friendly, and works diligently to make sure that she plans lessons that target instruction and help her young learners grow as mathematicians. Congratulations, Amy. Congratulations to Nancy Hamilton on receiving her tenure. Nancy is a 4th grade math teacher who is awesome. She's always willing to try new things. Her classroom is innovative, exciting. She also worked in New York City, and we are very happy also that she joined us here in Middletown. Congratulations, Nancy. It is well deserved. Congratulations, Julie Davis, on receiving tenure. Julie is a 2nd grade ELA teacher. She works so hard to make sure that she closes the gaps for her 2nd grade readers. She's warm, friendly, kind, and an awesome teacher. Julie, we love you. Congratulations on receiving tenure. Hey everybody, it's the PPE team here along with Linda Brock to recognize 2 extraordinary E&L teachers in getting their tenure. First up is Sarah Worthy. Sarah is an attentive teacher who works diligently to bring real-life world experiences to her L students. She's able to connect so many different things in order for them to be better speakers, listeners, readers, and writers of English. Congratulations, Sarah. We also have Stephanie Humbrecht. She is a careful planner who works so hard to bring those experiences to her students so they can learn how to read and speak English and be more effective as learners. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Congratulations.
Good evening, Board of Ed members and Superintendent Mr. Del Moro. Being granted tenure is a major milestone in any teacher's career. It is with great pleasure that I announce Mr. Tom Sprague's tenure achievement. Over the past year, it has been a true pleasure getting to know Mr. Sprague. I know him to be diligent and committed to our scholars. Congratulations, Mr. Sprague.
Good evening. I'm Suzanne Driscoll. I'm the building principal at Maple Hill Elementary School.
And I'm Linda Broth, the Director of E&L, Bilingual, and World Languages.
We are delighted to introduce to you tonight two candidates for tenure. The first is Jessica LeBron. Jessica started out as a second grade dual language Spanish side teacher and has now moved to fourth grade.
And Jessica is just an absolutely energetic, lovely teacher whose parents absolutely adore her and students. And she's currently continuing her education in school, building leadership.
Our second candidate is Jillian Malvey. Jillian currently works at Maple Hill as an E&L push-in teacher and also at Maple Hill Annex as an E&L push-in teacher.
And Jillian has had so many celebrations this past year between getting married and buying a new home. And as far as her E&L prowess with the students, the kids love her. She is so collaborative and most definitely, just a fantastic overall collaborative teacher.
We just want to extend our sincerest congratulations to both Jessica and Jillian.
Congratulations. We're so proud of you.
The next person I would like to introduce to you this evening is Alyssa Lustenring. Alyssa started her time at Maple Hill as a first grade math teacher. She does an amazing job of really getting to know her students through interest surveys, parent surveys, utilize many different interesting ways of interacting with kids in her room, as well as flexible seating and keeping her room really engaging and interesting. Alyssa transitioned into an AIS math position this year, and we're so happy to have her as part of our Maple Hill team. Congratulations, Alyssa. We also have a fifth grade teacher who we will be awarding tenure to tonight. We are so pleased to welcome Stephanie Burke as a member of the Maple Hill team. Stephanie is a fifth grade ELA teacher. She is a true powerhouse in the classroom, incredibly engaging with her students. In addition, coaches our fifth grade basketball team and is involved in many, many athletic events throughout the district at all levels, not just at Maple Hill. We are so proud to have Stephanie as a hardworking member of our fifth grade team at Maple Hill. Congratulations, Stephanie. Next, I'd like to congratulate Alexandra Finney. Alexandra is our band teacher at Maple Hill. She's incredibly passionate about music and about working with the students. She works very hard organizing all of our musical events along with the music teachers in the building. She is a true powerhouse that keeps the music program going. Congratulations, Alex. We're so happy to be awarding you tenure this evening. I'd also like to present to you Amanda Price. Amanda is a special education teacher who joined the Maple Hill team as an ICT teacher. She teams with fourth grade teachers this year, and that's been an incredibly successful placement for her. She's a true team player. She collaborates on a very high level with her fellow teachers and has been a real asset to the Maple Hill team. We're so pleased to welcome her to Maple Hill as a tenured member of our staff. Congratulations, Amanda. Our final candidate for tenure tonight is Barbara Spugaris. Barbara is an AIS reading teacher at Maple Hill.
Barbara is so dedicated, such a hardworking teacher, and is always kids first. And we feel blessed that she's part of our MIDI team.
Congratulations, Barbara.
Evening, I'm Amy Creedon, Assistant Superintendent at Middletown City School District. Tonight is an event our district looks forward to all year long, Tenure Night. It's a time for our district to recognize how blessed we are as a school community to have such an academically rich, wonderfully giving, dedicated team. And tonight, I get the honor of recognizing a wonderful group of individuals on behalf of our entire school community. This is a tremendous milestone. Administrator tenure is no short order. The impact of the work that we do is so fulfilling and significant. We are so thankful for our administrative team. We consider our team the best of the best. Our administrators create curriculum, support learning, foster caring environments, focus on unity and inclusivity, and always welcome our students and their families into spaces where they can learn and grow. Our administrator team is at the heart of learning here in Middletown. I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them so very much for all the hard work and energy that they put into their job each and every day. When visitors walk through our halls, they see academically rich environments where students are learning, working, smiling, laughing, and being cared for. These wonderful moments and memories happening each and every day inside our schools, or as some administrators would call them, their homes away from home. These moments would not be realized without your efforts and dedication, without you. As you know, here in Middletown, we care deeply about tradition and community. So tonight, we're very proud to say that several administrators who are up for tenure are longtime middies. And for those administrators who have only been here for a few years, we hope tonight's recognition, your accomplishment of tenure, is a career highlight that you celebrate here in Middletown for many years to come. So without further ado, it is with a warm congratulations that we celebrate tenure for the following individuals. Kathleen Jensen, Building Principal at William A. Carter Elementary School. Elizabeth Rodriguez, Assistant Principal, William A. Carter Elementary School. Wendy DeGeorge, Assistant Principal, William A. Carter Elementary School. Karina Acevedo, Dean, Middletown High School. Norval Connell, Instructional Leader for STEM. And Elisa Schreiner, Dean at Monhagen Middle School. Let's send them a warm congratulations on this amazing accomplishment, tenure. Thank you.
In concluding this portion of the congratulatory comments from all of the administrators.
It's really bad.
And it was about 27 minutes. We would be remiss if we just thank all of the parents for making part of the community, the tripod, students, teachers, and administrators working together for a common cause for the achievement of our children.
Thanks.
Congratulate all of the tenure, job well done, excellent work, and look forward to your continued work in the district. Before I bring it back to Pastor Williams, I'd like to thank the entire community for, again, supporting the district and its initiatives with a positive vote on the school board budget. I think that we have put a sound budget for you and you responded accordingly. And we want to thank each and every one of the community for coming out in your absentee voting that took place this year to accomplish a tremendous goal with almost a 4-to-1 ratio of positiveness in terms of the budget vote. It will give us the funds necessary to continue and develop further programs for your children. So thank you again for your continued support. Very well appreciated on behalf of the Board of Education and all of the workers here in the school district. We thank you very earnestly. And more importantly, we thank you on behalf of the children. Pastor Williams.
Thank you, sir. And congratulations to all of those who received tenure tonight. Certainly we do celebrate you. on this great accomplishment. I'm very proud to have you as a extremely important part of this school community and of our community at large. And so we welcome you. We're grateful that we were able to come. This is really a nice night. I'm missing the cupcakes and everything that we would have after this normally, but you know, when we get back to a semblance of normal, I'll put it that way. When we get back to a semblance of normal, as the superintendent said, we will definitely party, and we will definitely celebrate in person. Moving on, real quick. Moving on. Let's move on. This is the one of the most important parts of the night. Thank you, Mrs. Blumenau. Moving on, one of the most important parts of the night while we've come here is for the acceptance of the June 16th, 2020 voting results. I'm going to entertain a motion at this time for the approval to accept the June 16th, 2020 voting results. May I have a motion?
Second.
So moved. Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It so passes. Congratulations to our administration. Congratulations to Board of Education. Congratulations to our faculty. Most of all, congratulations to our students and our community. This is a win for all of us. This is a win for everybody. And I want to make sure that you express that this is the purpose why we are here, is to educate the next generation of champions, the next generation of leaders. And so passing this budget allows us hopefully to be able to continue to do what we all so love to do. And the reason why all of us have become a part in some way or form. So congratulations. Sitting at the table tonight, and I want to pause. Sitting at the table, we have our newly elected board members that we have just approved. They will take their seats and take the oath of office on the 1st of July. I'll make sure I got that right. I didn't say January, Mrs. Tobiasen, but on the 1st of July, they will take their oath of office and take their seats. We took the opportunity, as we do when we're in person, to invite them just to sit at the table. And now I just want to take a moment to give them an opportunity to briefly greet us and if they want to say thanks, whatever they want to do to say thanks. I'm going to ask first Mrs. Nicole Hewson if she actually no, I'm gonna go in reverse order of the votes from last night. I'm going to ask Mr. Freddie Williams, newly elected board member, if he would have brief remarks and give his thanks if he so desires to do so tonight.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I want to thank you all. I'm truly blessed and so humbled and very excited all at once. I want to thank the Middletown community, the enlarged school district, everybody that lives there, and the voters, family, friends, clients. Everybody really pulled together for me, and I'm so blessed and so grateful for the opportunity to be a board of trustee with Middletown. I think Middletown is going in a great direction, and I'm very happy to be a part of it. And I want to thank you all and congratulations, Mrs. Houston and Mr. Gomez once again. I'm looking ready to get to work. I'm ready. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. And just for the record, we have the same last name. We're not related by blood, but we are related by heart. And so I'll make sure I make that perfectly clear. We are not blood related relationships, but we are related by the heart. And so Mrs. Houston, welcome to the Board of Education.
Thank you, Pastor Williams, and thank you, Mr. Williams. First, I would like to congratulate both Mr. Williams and Mr. Gomez and tell you that I'm both honored and humbled to have the opportunity to serve the entire school district community as a trustee here on the Board of Education beginning in July. I'm looking forward to working closely with the other members of the board as well as administration and all members of our school and tax-paying community for the common good of all. I'd also like to thank our district clerk, Ms. Clark, for the many extra hours of hard work she has been putting in to accommodate the changes that happened with our election put into place by Governor Cuomo due to the pandemic. I tuned into Midi TV yesterday and I saw how well organized the process was under her supervision and direction. And I just wanted to also note that I'm pleased, as Mr. Del Moro mentioned, that the 2020-2021 budget passed, and I'd like to thank all the voters who took their time to cast their ballots. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Mrs. Houston. Thank you so much. Mr. Gomez, congratulations on your re-election, sir.
Thank you so much. For me, it is a very humble opportunity to be able to once again serve as a trustee for the community of the large city school district of Middletown serve. I was really honored to have worked with an amazing group of people. It is at the school board level that I believe our American democracy starts, where ordinary citizens of different walks of life, different perspectives come together to be able to ensure that our children have a future worthy of our country as the gatekeepers of our freedoms of tomorrow. And for me, it was a wonderful experience to work with great colleagues. I'm going to especially miss Lou Pierre, who brought a wonderful perspective, that of law enforcement and as a parent to our board, as well as Keisha Zucks, who recently stepped down, who also brought the perspective of a parent who was engaged for many years in her children's education. And I also look forward to working with our two new members, Nicole Houston, who was a lifetime educator as a teacher, and Freddie Williams, an entrepreneur, and also a parent, very engaged with his children and with all our children. I think both of you join us, will make the school board and continue to make it a beacon of hope for the good of our children. God bless you all. And as Ronald Reagan would say, let's roll up our sleeves and get to work.
Thank you, Mr. Gomez. I would be remiss if I did not take a moment to, since we've approved this voting results, but I would be remiss if I did not take a moment to give our sincere gratitude, our sincere thanks to Mrs. Taryn Clark, our district clerk. She, as well as others working along with her, but she in particular is supervising and managing this whole process. Many of us watched her work and saw how diligent she worked. She did it with great integrity. She handled it with great professionalism. And so, as the president of the board, and I'm sure that all the other board members feel the same exact way. Mrs. Clark, we do want to thank you. You've done it again. This is not easy, but you've done it again. And we say thank you. And we certainly in the near future, when we do get back together, are going to make sure that we recognize all the hard work that you've put in, and to those that worked alongside you. I know that there were others that was in the mix, and they were right there with you. And so we want to give you our thanks and our gratitude tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, there were a lot of people that really pulled together to make this happen. So they all really, without them, it would not happen. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
I'll be signing off at this time.
Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and move on to our action items. I need a motion for the approval of financial memorandum number 25, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It so passes. Approval of Special Services Memorandum number 23. May I have a motion, please?
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It so passes. Approval of action item C, approval of update to the 2020-2021 academic calendar.
So move.
It's been moved. I need a second, please. Seconded by Mr. C. Any discussion? Mr. Del Moro, could you please give us, just because it's a change in the calendar, can you please give us an explanation for that for the public, please?
Certainly. As we all know, 4th of July falls on a Saturday, and many of our units have in their contracts the Friday or Monday after that as a holiday, as it is a national holiday. And therefore, we have designated July 3rd on the Friday a holiday. And therefore, we have made historical precedents whereby the night before a holiday, we don't usually have a board meeting. So to accommodate parents and board members, administrators and teachers, everyone accommodating their plans for the holiday weekend. Therefore, we are suggesting to move the reorganization meeting that will normally have taken place on Thursday, July 2nd, and move it to Wednesday, the day before, July 1. So basically, it's to move that date so that it would not be having a board meeting on an evening prior to a 3-day weekend. We are having, all the offices will be closed. The school office will be closed on Friday, July the 3rd. And we will reopen for parents and teachers and students Monday, July 6th, if they need to get into the buildings for any reason.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That's also the explanation for the next thing that we were voting, but that was the discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It so passes. Approval of the update, which we received an explanation for as well. Approval of the update to the 2020-2021 Board of Education calendar. May I have a motion, please? Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? It so passes. Thank you. We're going to take a moment. We have it on the agenda for Roundtable. It's been a big night. I want to give the board members just a few minutes if they have anything new and compelling that they would like to talk about. Certainly, we know this remote environment has not allowed us to be able to do community announcements and all those things, and we will come back to that soon. But I do not want to silence anybody or mute anybody who has something to say tonight in respects to any of what we're going on. That's what Roundtable is for. So I'm going to start with our senior board member, Mr. Perino. If you have anything you'd like to say, sir.
I just want to congratulate Mr. Pierre and Mrs. Utz for their service on the board. I work with Mr. Pierre on the Safety and Security Committee, among other committees. Very, very important to that committee. He used his background as a retired police officer in New York City to make significant remarks and suggest significant programs. Mrs. Utz, I work with her on the IEP as a partner in the IEP review. Very incisive in her comments. She seemed to have a good handle, especially on the high school, and she's involved as a member of the high school PTO and with a number other organizations in the high school. So again, congratulations. Very good to see both of you leave the board. You've contributed greatly. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Perino. Mr. Lassinier.
I'd like to also echo Mr. Perino's sentiment and say to Mr. Pierre and Mrs. Ucks, who's obviously not present, but hopefully she's watching, that it was a pleasure to serve the past 2 years on this board with both of you. You know, things really progressed this year, and I know both of you were in the meetings. You were right there with us, fighting side by side to, you know, benefit our students. I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Williams, Mrs. Houston, and their recent election, and Mr. Gomez in your re-election. I look forward to working with you in the following months and the following years. And it's pretty much all I have to add tonight. It's just kind of been a long day.
Thank you, Mr. Lassinier. Mr. C.
Again, welcome to the new board members. It was a pleasure working with Lou and Keisha. But looking at the way this whole thing unfolded, I believe that absentee ballots, whatever you want to call it, mail-in ballots, I think that's the way to go. I don't remember ever coming up to 3,000 votes, you know, at the polling station ever in the history of the district. I could be wrong, but and even with the pandemic and all of that and the problems we had. So hopefully whoever decides this, wherever that comes from, I hope they take a look at this and this is the way to go. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. C. Mr. Pierre, if you're there, I know that we're going to give you an opportunity at the next board meeting. If you have
I'll
anything
take
to say
the opportunity now, Pastor Williams. I'm here, so I might as well take it.
Yes, sir.
While I'm here. First of all, I just want to thank everyone. I had a great time over the last 6 years serving on the board. I want to thank everyone who helped me from day one. Mrs. Tobiasen, you were there from day one and helped me with my flyers over at John's house. And I can't forget Linda. Linda Knapp was awesome in helping me out over at John's house to get my flyers together. It was really nice to have some experience to help me get started. Everyone on the board, I appreciate every one of you. And I appreciate the work that we've done over the last 6 years. Some of you only 3 years I've been working with you, but it's all honored. I really, really appreciate everyone. I just want to also congratulate the newly elected board members, Mr. Freddie Williams, Mrs. Nicole Houston. Welcome to the board, and I hope you have a great time as I've had. And I know you have a lot of perspective, and you will definitely help this school district continue the progress that we've been making. We've been making great progress over the last few years, and I'm very excited about the future of our district. Mr. Del Moro, thank you so much. You've been great. You were great as superintendent, and you took the helm as the superintendent. You've done an excellent job. We really appreciate everything you've done. Mrs. Creedon, thank you also for all your work, all your hard work. Really appreciate you. Mike, I can't say enough about Mike. Mike helped me out when he was with the electronic section when I first started. Got me my first Chromebook and helped me understand how to work everything. I really appreciate that. And still do. Taryn. I can't say enough about Taryn. Taryn has been awesome. Taryn came in and took over the position the last few years, and she's been awesome. She's done so much. I know personally I have made your job harder. So I apologize about that. Please forgive me, but I appreciate your work. John Perino. I'd like to, I don't know if we can award the Midi Pride Award to a sitting board member, but John is, he gives his heart and soul to this community. This man is everywhere. He makes every show, every meeting. He's always first in line for everything. He's been a great friend and neighbor, a mentor to me. I love John very, very, very much. John, you mean a lot to me as my friend and neighbor. And I really appreciate everything you do. If we can award this to a sitting board member, I mean, I know all you guys are worthy, but John is incredible. I really appreciate everyone. And Pastor, what can I say about you? You've been a leader, and I appreciate the times we spent together, the conversations we've had, and I see a lot for you in the future. I hope that we can continue our friendship and just continue to be friends and help this district grow and our community grow. And I can't say enough about the Middletown community. The community has been great from day one. They've approved every budget since I've been sitting on the board, and we've done great things with the budgets that they've approved. And thank you for electing me from day one, and then for second term. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed the times I've been on the board, and hopefully I'll be back again at some time in the future. And thank again, everyone. Thanks again. Have a great night. Appreciate all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Pierre. Thank you so much. Mr. Bison, last and not least.
Thank you, Pastor. I just will re-echo what all my fellow board members had to say. Welcome to Foxy and to Ms. Henson. Pastor, you served us well as a leader, and it was a privilege, to really have you at the helm. To Lou and to Keisha. Lou, you always surprised me. You would sit there very quietly, taking everything in. And when you asked a question or you had a comment, it took me, I had to take a step back, and you were right on the money. You always had a thoughtful, carefully thought out response or a question to any of our discussions. Keisha, I will miss you. You brought to this board the voice of some of those students who were silent. And I appreciated that. The work that you've done with the senior class is phenomenal. So I thank both you and Lou for the time that you served on this board. Both of you will be missed. And yes, we do welcome our new board members. So they've left some big shoes for the two of you to follow in. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bison. I do also echo the sentiments of all of my comrades. I welcome all of the new board members, but I do specifically want to thank Lou Pierre for your service the last 6 years, and Miss Keisha Zucks for her service the last 3 years. You two have been tremendous assets to this board, and we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you sitting at the table. We're grateful for our two new board members. I don't want anyone to mistake that, but I can say certainly that I'm going to miss you sitting at the table. We wish you the best. Your time working in this district is not over. You might not be sitting at the table, but we've got plenty of stuff for you to do. There's committees that you can still sit on, so don't think that you're going to get away that easy, Lou. So John and I are going to find a way to drag you back in somehow. But I'm grateful. I want to say this in closing tonight again to our administration. This is your win tonight. Our superintendent. We have the utmost confidence in our administrative team. The central administrative team, the utmost confidence in them. They have worked diligently and worked hard as we're coming down to the end of this school year, facing issues and facing things that if we start all the way from the beginning, from September, we face things that we just never imagined that we would face, but you all handled it with great distinction, great professionalism, and also with great compassion, I have to say. And so I want to congratulate you as we coming down to the end of this year. You all have done a tremendous job. Mr. Del Maro, Ms. Creighton, and Mr. Tuttle. such a tremendous job. And we use first names when we're here at the board table, but I'm grateful that outside of this, that we can use the first names and we're all on a first name basis. My mama didn't name me Pastor. My mama named me John. And I take that to heart when someone calls me John. With that being said, we have had, we're in a critical time. We're moving forward. This is a time in which we are working to make sure that we get it all right. And because the future is at hand, and we want to make sure that when our leaders leave out of this school, and that's what I'm calling them ahead of time, is leaders, when they leave out of this school, that they are ready to lead in good times and in times of adversity. These times of adversity is where we're at right now, but adversity only makes us stronger, it makes us better, and it makes us wiser. So let's forge ahead, let's press on, and let's continue to stick together to do what Spike Lee said, do the right thing. So let's continue to do that. Thank you, everybody. Mr. Del Maro, is there anything else you have to say before we close out?
No, I just want to wish, again, our new board members elect the best luck. We will be in contact with you shortly. And also to Mr. Gomez for another positive re-election. All of you will be very important contributors to this school district moving forward. It is in a very unique time as we are reshaping what it appears to be a redesign of American education. Certainly very different than when we went to school and our grandparents went to school, but it is the future, and we will equip our students in this school district with all of the skills necessary to be successful beyond the day they work past all of us on the stage of graduation night. I want to thank the community again, and the board members for their support in the initiatives that we have put forth in the past, and I know we will continue to do that working together. So thank you again, Pastor Williams. It's hard for me to just say call you John in public, but the matter at hand is that working together, anything can be and will be accomplished together.
Absolutely.
Now, Pastor, can I make my motion?
Go ahead, Rose. We'll allow you to do that.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Good night, everybody.
Good night.
God bless you.
Good night, everyone.